super excited to be with you all today. For those of you that don't know me, I am a confidence coach and a beauty enthusiast, and I'm so excited to share one of my girlfriends with you today, Gabby Eckert. She is a certified personal stylist, image consultant, color analysis, and CEO of the Brave and Beautiful Boutique. Her mission is to help women feel beautiful, look beautiful, and be confident so they can achieve their goals and show up powerfully in the world. And you guys know I am all about that. So without further ado, this is my girlfriend, Gabby. We'll see you inside. Hey, Gabby girl.
Hi, Inga. How are you, my friend?
Oh, I am so good. So excited to be here with you so we can talk about the power of style. But before we get into that, girl, I wanted to get you to share with my audience a little bit more about you, who you are, who you serve, and how you serve.
Absolutely. Inga, thank you for having me, my friend. So I work with women all over the US and internationally, both in person and virtually. I help them to embrace their bodies that they have now, discover their power colors, build an authentic style and brand, all while creating a wardrobe and style that they love.
Awesome.
Yeah, so lots of fun over here.
Okay, so girl, we got to get into the fore and find out exactly how you do this. So tell us, how can you use your style for leverage?
Absolutely. So Inga, so many people, I feel like as women, we are so busy, right? We're pouring into others. We are running businesses, taking care of the home, raising babies. I mean, we have so much going on in our to-do list. And sometimes style tends to take, the bottom of our priority list. And sometimes we even start to feel like it's not important or it's not frivolous. But I'm here to say that it's actually very, very important. And there is such a psychology behind getting dressed every day.
Yes.
And I feel like too, just with the years that have passed with lockdowns and being home a ton, that we've kind of lost that as a society of, getting dressed for the day and going to work. A lot of us have just stayed in our PJs all day or have stayed in our slouchy, comfortable pants all day. And as a result, this has impacted our body image, our confidence, our productivity, and ultimately how we show up in the world. And we don't even realize it. And so I want to share just how getting dressed really is a form of self-care.
Yes.
Yeah, it helps us to express our creativity. It allows us to show the world who we are, and it helps us to maintain a sense of self. This is very important if you're a mama and you're pouring in to these babies. So many women that I work with are like, I don't even know who I am anymore.
Right.
Getting dressed and having a style helps you maintain that individuality and sense of self. And then also it really helps boost your mood. And I always tell my clients to dress for your goals.
Right.
What I'm not saying, Inga, is that you have to dress up every day. Although, hey, if that's what makes you feel good and powerful, do it. But what I am saying is dress in a way that helps leverage you and empower you to show up as the best version of yourself for what you have in the day. And I say the larger the goals, the more nervous you feel, the more dressed up you should be, or the more your outfit should make you feel powerful. Because when we put our minds in a place of energy and excitement and ready to serve and to show up at our best, and our clothing matches that, we really can show up with power. And sometimes, Inga, we don't feel that way. We don't feel like we want to show up. We feel maybe a little slouchy, like a little bit feeling sad. We can use our style. Look, if you want to feel bold, dress boldly. If you want to feel energized, dress in a piece that gives you energy. And then it helps you to bring that to the table.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I love the part where you said you have to dress, I guess basically dressing for success. Mm-hmm. So I know personally for me, if there's something that I am nervous about or uncomfortable about, the way I look and how I feel has everything to do with how I'm going to show up.
Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit more about dressing for success and really just really dressing for the person that you're working to become. Because I think that's so important as women that we do that, even if we're not there yet.
Yeah, I for sure agree. Oh my gosh, this leans into the advice that I'm always preaching. And I have to share this because it's teed up perfectly for this advice. But I always tell my clients to dress as the next level woman that they desire to be.
Oh,
now.
yes.
And here's why, because us women, we always have this thing where we're like, when I lose weight, then I will.
Exactly.
Like that. When I have a full client roster, then I'll dress that way.
Right.
When I have the budget, then I'll dress that way. And I'm not saying to go in debt for fashion, but I also think this is a form of self-sabotage and we don't even realize it.
Right.
And hear me out, Inga. I feel like, look, what if we got dressed as that next level woman that we want to be? And as a result, we feel energized, we feel empowered, and then we start making those lifestyle changes.
Exactly.
All right. And then we start, maybe losing the weight that we've been really working towards. Or, hey, look, what if instead of waiting for the clients, what if we started dressing in that way? And all of a sudden, we dress like that woman now, and it's empowering our brand and communicating our brand story and starts attracting our ideal clients to us.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. This feels good. This feels authentic. I can trust her. Then you start to get those clients. So I feel like we kind of need to flip the script there. We need to flip the way that we're doing that and not look at it as like, when I do this, then I will be dressing like that next level woman, and bring that next level woman into reality now.
I totally agree with you with that. It is so important for us to do the things that the next level person would do.
That's right.
More so than waiting and thinking that we can continue to do the things that we're currently doing now to get to that next level, because that's not what's going to happen. We have to transition, transform, renewal of our mind that will actually ascend us to that next level, which will then ascend us to the level after that. Oh, that was just so powerful. I'm just so spot on. So spot on.
Oh, I love it. I love that we're in agreement on that.
Yes. So girl, tell us, how does your style impact the first impression?
Oh, girl. Okay, so when I was doing my studies, I came across a case study that still impacts me to this day every time I read it. And I really want to share it with you, Inga, and your audience. So in this case study on nonverbal communication during the 70s and 80s, it was concluded that only 7% of what we say actually impacts the first impression, when in fact, 55% of first impressions are based on the visual communication, and 38% are based on vocal cues, our inflection, and our tone. Now, girl, let me just say this. 7% of the first impression is impacted by what we say. How often do we stress out and say, oh, I don't know what I'm going to say. What should I say? When I walk in, how am I going to introduce myself? What am I going to say? We're so stressed out about what we're going to say.
Right.
7%, 55% of it is visual, and what we're wearing, 38% is our vocal cues. So it was just such a perspective shift for me. And it really helped me to put that perspective in how I show up for first impressions, and knowing, look, on behalf of my business and on behalf of, my brand, I really need to pay attention to this thing, because only 7% of what I'm saying is really impacting the first impression. They are making so many judgments. It's also another study is that an individual makes 12 assumptions about you within the first 30 seconds.
Oh, wow. 30 seconds. Wow.
Yes. That's a lot. And it's sad because a lot of these, it's not coming from a mean place. Let me just clarify. We're hardwired that way. We're visual beings.
We are.
Yeah. We're not trying to be judgmental. It's more of is this person safe? It's trying to keep ourselves safe. It's trying to protect ourselves. But some of the assumptions they're making within those 30 seconds is this person trustworthy?
Right.
Is this person have the skill set that I'm looking for? They're making assumptions about our social abilities, our financial status, all of these things within the 30 seconds just based on what we're wearing and how we're looking. And so often I find this topic so important for the business owners that I work with because they are trying to network, build relationships, get people on their team, get people to purchase their service or their products. And a lot of the time, they're not giving much thought on how they're dressing. 55%, Inga, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
7%, they forgot the big old chunk. And so they're not thinking about, hey, what am I putting on my body that is going to help communicate my brand story, that's going to feel in alignment and help build the know, like, and trust factor that I desperately need for someone to get on board with me and do business with. And so I often tell them, listen, you need to evaluate your brand and evaluate your style accordingly. What is your brand? Is it a serious brand? Is it a fun brand? What are your brand colors? Who's your ideal client? Who do you want to work with? And what do they want to see? What do they want to see? And it's really awesome to see entrepreneurs step into that and start dressing in a way that represents their brand, how it is almost magnetic with their ideal clients.
Wow, that is so powerful. So powerful. So powerful. One of the things that when you were talking, it made me think about not just what we have on, but also, you know, our makeup. I mean, how is it enhancing us? Another thing is about the color. Are the colors complementary to our skin tone or our undertones? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. Inga, that is such a good point because me and Inga know that color does impact people and how they feel, how we feel and how others feel in response to us. And so, you know, when we're wearing a bright, vibrant color, we start to feel more bright and vibrant, and we start sending that message of energy and vibrancy to those around us. So there's that. And then there's like the science part of it, and where the stylist in me has to swoop in and the color analyst has to come in, that we all have an undertone. And this is the part of our coloring that is not seen by our naked eye. So in our undertone, we all have either a warm, cool, or neutral undertone. And through a color analysis, we really, really dive in and get your exact color palette, which I call them your power colors, because these are the colors that when you put them on, they look like they were meant for you. Like you are glowing. It lifts your face up. Your teeth are whiter. It just looks like an instant facelift. You're glowing. You're just, all the color is there and you look very healthy and happy. And so it's so important that you do find that, because I like to say not all colors do the same job, on you. You know, I love a certain color that I've hung on to for so long. It is not in my color palette, but I know that when I put that baby on, even though I personally love it, I know it's going to wash me out that day, and I know I need to put my extra makeup on. And it goes the same way, I'm sure, Inga, with makeup and how that enhances your features, you know, if you're wearing bright colors and if you're not.
For sure.
Yeah. And so part of my color analysis that I do, they get the color palette so that they know what to wear, the colors on their body, but they also get recommendations for colors, if you will, for eyes, lips, and blush.
So I'm curious, how do you normally figure out what someone's undertone is?
Absolutely. So basically what I do is I go through and I am looking for certain characteristics within their skin tone that I can see with the naked eye. I'm looking for visual clues in their eyes as well, the pattern in their eyes. I'm looking at their hair color, their brow color, natural. So sometimes they have to send me pictures, and I'm gathering all this data and clues to help me figure out what their undertone is and what potentially their palette can be. And then ultimately what I'm doing, either in person or virtually, is I'm taking very, very, very specific colors that are different in intensity and different in, obviously, whether they're warm, whether they're cool, and whether they're neutral. And I'm draping them around the face, and I'm paying attention to how these colors are impacting their face. You know, sometimes you will automatically see that they just become washed out, or they get, you know, black circles under their eyes, or really harsh shadowing by the chin. Like it's incredible to see the before and afters of someone who's wearing like a terrible color for their undertone and the right color. You can see it almost instantly. It's very, very cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, what is your undertone?
Ooh, girl. So I actually have a warm undertone. So I'm warm, which I was shocked about because my whole life I dressed in cool colors. And color that I was talking about, and the color that I was talking about earlier, and I often joke and say, you will have to buy this color from my cold dead hands because I just love it so much. I know it's not part of my color palette. I don't care. I love the color black. Like, I don't know why. It's just, yes, it is just one of those colors for me that I just feel good wearing it. I mean, I don't know if it's because, look, I'm in Jersey. I studied in New York. We wear a lot of neutrals here. But I love black and I feel good in it. But no, it's not part of my color palette. And I know when I wear it, it washes me out. So I have to be cautious as far as, putting on a full face of makeup. I mean, I'm not saying this is for everybody, but for my own personal feelings, I want to make sure I have a full face of makeup. My blush is right, my lips are right, my eyes are right. Because I know my favorite color that I like to wear isn't in my color palette.
Right. So when you wear black, are your accessories using more of the colors that complement your warm undertone? Is that what you normally do, or how do you handle that?
Yeah, so with clients too, that I have to break the hard news to them that maybe one of their favorite colors isn't in their color palette. Some tricks that I use and I recommend that they use is wearing it on the bottom half of your body because really it's most impactful on your face. I also say if you are wearing a blouse, try to layer it with something that is in your color palette. So like, and for me, if it was a black, that is my color that I want, but I have, let's say like an orange, that's a nice warm orange. I could probably put something like that on, or like, a pop of color in that way that is in my color palette. And also wearing makeup. Like I'm talking, girl, for me, I have to put like the bronzer, I have to put my blush on, I have to put the highlight on. I have to make sure that my face is fully makeuped and my lips, because it really does wash me out very much. I almost look like a floating head and I go Yeah, I know. I don't know why I love it so much, but I love it. I love the little black dress. Like, I just love that, wearing pearls with it. Like, I just love that sophisticated, almost like Chanel cut type of look. I love black leather. Like, yeah, I just am drawn to that, and that's okay. And I give my clients that freedom. Like, hey, look, it's okay. Look, you know what your power colors are. Will I wear black necessarily all the time on camera? No, because I know, right. I know, but I will wear it when I feel like it because I love it. And I feel like all my clients should feel not that they're being boxed in, but also know that, hey, look, these colors are my power colors. Right. But if I do love this color, hey, I know some tips and tricks that can help me to still wear that color. And maybe I just won't wear it for my website or, for a big speech that I'm giving because it washes me out.
Cool. Yeah. So you're versatile in that way.
Yes. I don't, harp them down with harsh rules or anything like that. It's supposed to be a cleaning process.
That's right. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be, especially that's what I'm all about. Do you, boo. So you got to do you. That's right.
Exactly. Freedom and fun. That's what it's about.
That's exactly what it's about. So I wanted you to tell my audience a little bit more about what we got going on this month, at closer to the end of the month, about the event we're doing.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited. Please join me and Inga. We are going to be talking all about fabulous fall trends. So we're going to be covering the trending colors, the trending beauty products. I know Inga, she already shared some of those goodies with me. I got to see them and I'm like, oh yes, I'm ordering this. And I'm going to be talking about some outfit inspiration and some of those trending pieces that you'll see on the runways, and more importantly, practical trends that we can actually wear in our day-to-day life. And it's going to be a blast. And Inga, it's on the first day of fall, which is really, really cool and fun.
Awesome. Yes, I am super excited about the event as well. It is a free event, so you guys don't have to worry about paying. We're just going to give you tons of value so you can really make your fall the best ever. You can be fabulous in fall, have that fall confidence. So be sure you can see this link here. It is going to be in the description. It's going to give you all of the details about the event. Like we said, it's going to be September 23rd. So just be sure to check out the link so you can register, because we would love to have you there participating with us. So I wanted to make sure, do you have any final thoughts that you want to share with us, Gabby, more about the style and, what people should do?
Absolutely. I want to share, first of all, Inga, thank you for having me. This was a blast.
Awesome.
But I want to share it to not underestimate the power of dressing in a way that makes you feel good and beautiful and powerful. When you do that, you are worthy of doing that for yourself. Yes. You are worthy of the money. You are worthy of the time. You are worthy of the self-care. And when you do that, it will empower you to show up for yourself and to show up for those you love and to serve in a way that just lights your heart on fire. So don't underestimate the power of your style, my friends.
Awesome. Well said as always, Gabby. Well, you guys, thanks as always for watching. If you know of anyone you would like me to interview that you want to share with my audience, I would love to know who that is. Looking for folks all the time that have a similar passion for helping women be confident in their skin and rocking their God-given attributes. Be sure to comment below or drop me a DM in my social media. And as always, thanks for watching and bye for now.
Bye.